There's no doubt that The Undertaker is one of the most impressive superstars ever to set foot in the WWE ring. But you know what, Cole? You're only as good as... Oh, man. This is just about the last hole you want to find yourself in.
I can imagine. Just look at the pressure being applied here.
These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion.
You might be right, Taz.
Here's the pin! 1, 2. Come on! That had to be 3. I'd ask who you were pulled for in this match. I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning.
Look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad news for these fans.
He could pin his opponent right here.
Oh, man, I can't believe that wasn't 3.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud. I think we know where he's going with this, Cole.
Here he comes. The FU. He just drove his opponent straight into the ground. And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could. There's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold, Cole.
Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise. You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly right here. 1, 2. You almost got the 3 right there, Cole. I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hole must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it.
Man, this match is so good. It's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast partner, right? Oh my God! Here it comes!
The pedigree. He's not going to put his opponent away right here.
And here's the cover.
He dodged that bullet.
And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
You're not kidding, Cole.
He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
And that means you got to either dig deep and find a way to break it, pronto. There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore these fans, Cole.
You're right about that. Without the fans,
wow, great reversal. You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got the best seats in the house.
No doubt. Look at the fans, Cole. They know what he's up to.
Oh, my God! What a piece of bomb! There's the cover. Can he do it? 1, 2, 3.
You know what? This scene, he spends a lot of time running his mouth, Cole. If it was me, I'd put a little bit more energy into proving my in-ring skills.
Seen as a dummy, I think these fans know what's coming next.
You know it, Cole. The F.U. Man, get a load of that power.
There's the pin. Can his opponent kick out?
Oh, wow, talk about cutting it close. That was almost 3.
He anticipated that move. It looks like he's decided to finish off his opponent.
And what a way to do it. A tombstone pile driver. He's going for the cover, Cole. He's tuning up the bend.
And there he goes. Sweet chin music. When you talk about a man who's done it all in this business, you don't have to look any further than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is definitely a legend. He's been in this business for a very long time and has been extreme.
His opponent is out of it. He's tuning up the band.
Sweet chin music. That's guaranteed to take the fight right out of him. There is no doubt that Batista made a hell of an impact on Raw, Cole. But now that he doesn't have Triple H or Ric Flair watching his back, I think his days might be numbered.
Batista has taken the best that his former Evolution teammates have had to offer, and he's always come out on top. I don't think that's going to change. Wow, listen to that chant, Taz.
I'll tell you what, if you got the crowd on your side or against you, it makes a huge difference, believe me. This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is, Taz. What do you think the highlight has been so far?
Well, that'll probably come a little bit later on in the match. When you decide to shut your yap for a few seconds, then I can enjoy it in peace.
Well, excuse me for doing my job, partner. Sorry to disturb you. I don't think there's ever been a more dominant superstar in WWE than the legendary dead man, The Undertaker.
Yeah, but he can get the pin right here.
Kicked out just in the nick of time. I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it. As long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
That's the bottom line, Cole. If you're not doing everything you can to win, then you're in the wrong game.
What a counter that was!
Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can. They see everything, and they'll let you know about it.
Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to get the tap out right here.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others. Looks like he's taking his opponent for a ride.
Oh, God. What a huge Batista bomb. That ain't a ride you want to take twice.
And there's the pin. 1, 2.
That was like 2.5, Cole.
He was one step ahead. This is going to be big, one way or the other.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I got no idea how this is gonna end up.
Neither do I, Taz, but I think it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
No doubt, Cole. I've seen superstars get a huge advantage over their opponents and still lose the match because they got sloppy.
Anything can happen in WWE. An entire match can turn on one or two big moves.
And that's why you can't take your eyes off the action for 1 second. You never know when something huge is going to go down.
And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, you can't let that break your focus. But that's easier said than done.
I don't think there's a superstar in the history of WWE who's gone from rookie to WWE champion as quickly as John Cena has.
Yeah, Cole, but you said it yourself. John Cena has shot up real quick. He ain't picked up the experience that a lot of other superstars have, and that could be a little bit of a problem for him.
Well, from where I sit, I haven't seen a lot of superstars give Cena much of a problem. He's held his own against some of the most talented veterans on the roster.
That's the problem, Cole. You're calling it from where you sit.
Here's your winner, John Cena. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hit. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this bad boy right down the middle. Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? There's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out to this one, Cole.
You and me both, partner, and we might be about to see another one right here.
These superstars have been going hard all match.
superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole.
Oh my, the submission hold is locked in.
And this ain't easy to get out of either, Cole.
Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him.
What a counter that was.
You know, there's no doubt that The Undertaker is one of the most impressive superstars ever to set foot in the WWE ring. But you know what, Cole? You're only as good as your last match.
How can you say that, Taz? The dead man has proven himself time and time again. I highly doubt that would change if he lost this match, which I don't think he's in danger of doing, by the way.
Taker's earned his rep, no doubt about that. No one's disputing that. But you gotta know when to call it a day, Cole. There's a fine line between legend and has-been.
I can't believe you could sit here and even imply that The Undertaker might be a has-been. That could be hazardous to your health.
Hey, Cole, don't put words in my mouth. The dead man has been on top of this business for a very long time. But the thing about being on top is there's nowhere to go but down.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only...
Look at the fans, Cole. They know what he's up to.
Oh, my God! What a Batista bomb! And the crowd...
He's 3 seconds away from a win. There is no doubt he ain't taking any chances with this submission, Cole. Look at how tight he's got it locked in.
I see that, Taz. I wouldn't be surprised if he got his opponent to tap out right here.
Man, this match is so good, it's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast partner,
You know what you should do, Girl Pants? You should team up with Jerry Lawler. And it could be the king and queen on commentary.
Real funny, Taz. You know, that one submission maneuver. You must be familiar with this one, Taz.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of it, Cole. That's the truth. And let me tell you, it's better to give than receive. He's going for the submission.
And he might get it. He's got the hold locked in.
I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hold must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it.
This is, oh, geez, look at this. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum, Taz.
Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
Uh-oh, you know what's coming next, Cole.
Tombstone pile driver. How many superstars have fallen victim to that over the years?
Whoa, he's going for the cover, Cole. This guy might not have enough to kick out. The thing you got to remember about The Undertaker is that 50% of his style, his offense, is about getting...
There's the cover. Can he do it? 1, 2. You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
Hey, there's no doubt he's a very impressive dude, no question. But let's not get too carried away here. It's not like he's the biggest and baddest guy ever to step foot in the WWE ring, Cole, you know what I mean?
You say that, Taz, but no one else comes to mind. You've got to be pretty big and pretty bad to pin Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. And that's exactly what Batista did at WrestleMania 21.
Hey, look, anybody can have a really good night. You know what I'm saying, Cole? That doesn't make you the greatest superstar in the world of all time. And come on, let's face it. I think Batista's a little bit overrated. And I think we're going to see that here tonight.
If I was a gambling man, I'd take that bet, Taz. I don't mind admitting that I'm in awe of Batista. And I know I'm not the only one. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. The WWE fans ain't exactly known for keeping their opinions to themselves. This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make...
He can get the pin right here. 1, 2, 3.
Good evening, and welcome to Los Angeles, where a sellout crowd is ready for some SmackDown action. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside.
Yeah, baby, LA, it's always full of the stars, but tonight, they're gonna get to see some WWE superstars.
And not just any superstars, but the SmackDown superstars, the greatest superstars in sports entertainment. Tinseltown will never be the same.
Man, you talk about superstars.
He's got this crowd solidly behind him, and now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see.
You can't just keep playing to the crowd, though, Cole. That's a huge distraction, in my opinion. You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect superstars who stick within the rules. Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him. Oh, man, these fans are... Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to get the tap out right here. Eddie Guerrero is one of my favorite superstars of all time, and I think these fans agree with me. It seems like being a crowd pleaser is another Guerrero family tradition.
Speaking of traditions, Cole, let me ask you this. How come you always jump all over someone like JBL or Kurt Angle when they lie, cheat, and steal? But it's okay when Eddie does it. I don't get that.
I don't think it's okay when Eddie breaks the rules, Taz. But you got to admit, at least he's honest about it. It's right there in his entrance music. We lie, we cheat, we steal.
Oh, okay, so I see. It's okay to be dishonest as long as you're honest about it. Kind of weird. You know what, Cole? You should get into politics. You'd fit right in.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. The WWE fans ain't exactly known for keeping their opinions to themselves.
Superstar the way they have for John Cena.
Yeah, that's great, Cole. No doubt the WWE fans, they love John Cena. I get that. But this is not a popularity contest. It's a physical, athletic competition.
I don't think Cena's got any problem being physical either, Taz. There aren't many superstars who have accomplished what he has between those ropes.
Nice quick counter. I'll tell you, all the WWE superstars are legit tough guys, but these superstars are really raising the crowd here tonight.
They sure are, Taz. We're seeing some great intensity here tonight.
And that's the name of the game, Cole, intensity. You gotta stay on your opponent until one of you can't go anymore.
I think these superstars are well aware of that, Taz. I think that's exactly what they've got in mind. What a counter that was! These fans just can't get enough of Latino heat. Eddie Guerrero's got them in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, I don't know why. He lies, he cheats, he steals.
Here it is, Taz. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it.
I'll tell you what, if his opponent's got a brain in his head.
He's looking for his finisher.
And there it is, Cole. The RKO. Man, that'll take your head right off. Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can. They see everything, and they'll let you know about it.
He likes fighting dirty, and it's easy to see why. He's pretty good at it.
He certainly is, and I hope he's proud of himself. Personally, I find it disgusting. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You know, you should let me train you. You could be Cruiserweight champ in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to war. I train them to be WWE superstars.
Well, thanks but no thanks, partner. I think I'll stick to announcing for now.
He smells blood in the water, Cole. He's going straight for the submission.
And this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match.
I feel like a real jerk when somebody counters you.
I think these fans know what's coming next.
You know it, Cole. He F you. Man, get a load of that power. Man, I almost feel bad for JR and King, Cole. When's the last time you think they saw a match this good?
I couldn't tell you, Taz. I don't know if they've ever had anything this good on Raw.
Me neither. Because I guess that just makes sense. There's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out to this one, Cole.
You and me both, partner, and we might be about to see another.
I think we know where he's going with this, Cole.
Here it comes. The FU. He just drove his opponent straight into the ground.
He's 3 seconds away from a win.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor.
Look at him go!
Wow, what an RKO. Here's the pin. This could be it. You know what, this scene, he spends a lot of time running his mouth, Cole. If it was me, I'd put a little bit more energy into proving my in-ring skills.
Seen as the WWE champion, Taz, how much more improvement do you really need?
I know the guy's on top. I understand that. He's WWE champion. I understand that. Sometimes it's easier to become champion than stay champion.
That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Emotional? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I've been in the locker room after. I don't know what's more uncomfortable, watching this or experiencing it.
I think maybe experiencing it? Come on, Cole, wake up.
And that is just about the last place you want a ring rope.
Just about? I'll tell you what, if you could think of a worse one, I'd love to hear it. The most frustrating thing in the world is when you want to keep fighting, but you know you ain't got nothing left.
It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah, and thousands of paying customers can't be wrong. Guerrero's a great superstar, and there's no doubt about it. but he's got to keep his head in this match and quit playing to the crowd if he wants to walk out of here with the win.
I think Eddie understands. Oh, my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole, if your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left. He can get the pin right here.
Oh, no, I think he's bleeding from that last shot.
Whoa, you're not kidding, Cole. He's busted wide open.
Get in there and take a look at him, ref. I don't think there's a superstar in the history of WWE who's gone from rookie to WWE champion as quickly as John Cena has.
Yeah, Cole, you said it yourself. John Cena has shot up real quick. He ain't picked up the experience that a lot of other superstars have, and that could be a little bit of a problem for him.
Well, from where I sit, I haven't seen a lot of superstars give Cena much of a problem. He's held his own against some of the most talented veterans on the roster.
That's the problem, Cole. You're calling it from where you sit. I've actually been in the ring, unlike you. And I'm saying back in my day, I would have loved to have been in the ring with a kid as cocky as Cena, because I would have took him to school.
A great many superstars have tried to do just that, Taz, but Cena's still here. This isn't some wet-behind-the-ears rookie. He's a WWE champion, and that's all the credentials you need in my book. Wow, listen to that chant, Taz.
I'll tell you what, if you got the crowd on your side or against you, it makes a huge difference.
He's got his opponent on the ground. Could this be it?
This is it, all right. STFU. Oh, man, this is just about the last hole you want to find yourself in.
I can imagine. Just look at the pressure being applied here.
Here's your winner and the new United States champion, John Cena.
These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
But at the same time, King, no one makes it up the ladder without pushing themselves to the very limit. It's a very fine line to walk. The word monster gets thrown around a little too freely in this business, but it's an apt description for the great Khali.
I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hole. Looks like it's time to add another superstar to the match.
There's the reversal. Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say. They call him the Samoan Bulldozer, and you don't get closer to the truth than that.
No kidding. He's just about as big and almost as strong. And the only difference is you can turn a bulldozer off if something goes wrong. Here he comes, JR. He can't wait to get involved in this one. I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right it is. It comes with the price of admission.
I'll admit it, it's a little scary to watch up close, but I love watching Kane go to work. He's practically unstoppable.
He's certainly not stopped by conscience, that's for sure. Kane will crush anyone and anything that's... These top rope moves are always difference makers, for better or worse. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do. Here comes another superstar. Business is about to pick up. He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now.
Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR?
What a reversal.
He reversed it.
Boy, JBL.
There's the pin. That was like 2 7/8, JR. Boy, this John Cena is his own biggest fan. How come all of these rappers can't talk about anything except how great they are?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, King. Cena's got something.
Here comes another one. How's this going to affect the match? Look at the size of the Great Khali, JR. Where do you find someone like that?
The Great Khali's from India, King. But I wouldn't expect to find another human being like him walking the face of this earth.
Let's hope not, JR. One of these guys is already too much. Man, look at the size of Umaga. What do you feed a guy to get him that big, JR?
I don't even want to guess, King, because it looks to me like Umaga's got a hungry eye on his opponent.
This match has the potential to be an instant classic, but I think these fans are too stupid to realize it.
How can you say that, King? How can you insult the intelligence of these WWE fans?
Well, I heard that we gave them an IQ test, and the results came back negative.
Folks, I've got to apologize for the King here tonight. He must have gotten up on the wrong side of somebody else's bed this morning.
Oh, boy, these fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want. He's got some evil intentions here.
Oh, man, 10 feet in the air and all the way down again.
And there's the cover.
2, 3. It looks like they've slowed the match down a little, and I think that's some good strategy right there.
It certainly is. I'm sure they're well acquainted with the old expression, fools rush in.
Is that why you always seem to be in such a hurry, JR?
I think I've eaten a little too much good Oklahoma barbecue in my day, King, to hurry anyway. Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the SmackDown roster who could hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit losers, make sure you give me some warning so I can get the hell out of here before you do it. I don't want to be any part.
Look at that! He's bleeding like a stuck pig!
The referee had better get in there and take a look at that. We may need to stop this match.
Stop the match? Are you crazy, JR? It's just getting interesting.
Looks like he's trying for a pin here.
Oh, man, that was almost 3, JR.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well, then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us, King?
No way! I can already tell this is going to be a great...
He's climbing up! I'm not so sure this is a good idea!
Oh, man! I've been in this hole before, JR. This brings back some bad memories.
I can understand why, King. I can't even imagine... Oh, no! Here it comes!
The clothesline from hell! Nobody does it better! That was so close to 3, he could taste it. Here he goes! Up the turnbuckle! This could be really good or really bad.
The very sight of Kane makes my blood run cold.
Climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad. It's all the ways you can come down that hurt.
I think this crowd has decided to exercise the right of free speech.
God bless the First Amendment, JR. You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married. Look at the fans, JR. They know what's coming next.
They sure do. And there it is. The FU. What an impact.
He can pin it right here, JR. I've been looking forward to this match all night, JR. I can't believe it's finally underway.
This has been a hotly anticipated contest. And as far as I'm concerned, it's living up to the hype.
No question about that, JR. The fans certainly seem to be into it, that's for sure.
And when it comes down to it, that's all that matters. I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
Are you sure they can afford it, JR? JBL might be my favorite superstar on the SmackDown roster. I could never... Oh, man! That's gonna change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention to what's going on.
Boy, it's obvious these superstars have done their homework on each other.
They sure have, and this is one hell of an exam.
Let's hope it's not their final exam, JR. I'd love to see them go at it again.
Well, if I think the fans have their way, you'll get your wish, King.
Oh, boy. These top rope moves can go either way.
There aren't many superstars as diversely talented as John Cena. He's as good in the ring as... Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying... Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can't, JR, and I don't think we'd have it any other way.
Man, would you look at the size and the speed of Umaga?
We could have a big ball here, JR.
I don't even know if you can use the word monster to describe Kane anymore. He's become so twisted and so evil that it almost sounds like a compliment.
Kane's never going to be up for the Humanitarian of the Year award, JR, but I think that's exactly what makes him such a great superstar. He'll stop at nothing to get what he wants, and that makes for some great competition.
That might be true, King, but Kane also takes a perverse pleasure in inflicting as much competitor Rey Mysterio is. I'd have to say that, pound for pound, he might be the most exciting superstar on the SmackDown roster.
That's an easy claim to make, JR. Mysterio only weighs about 90 pounds soaking wet with a brick in each pocket.
Will you stop it? He's
up and over and out. Eliminated. How can Shawn Michaels keep calling himself the Heartbreak Kid? Does he really think he's still breaking hearts at his age?
King, I'm sorely tempted to say something about the pot and the kettle. But instead, I'll say that I think Shawn Michaels is like a fine wine. He's only improved with age.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like when you're in the middle of a slobber knock. And if you don't have the guts to stick around, you might run like a scalded dog with a case of the lip.
I don't believe it! He's been eliminated!
Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the SmackDown roster who can hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit losers, make sure you give me some warning so I can get the hell out of here before you do it. I don't want to be any part of what that's going to get.
Looks like they've slowed the match down a little, and I think that's some good strategy right there.
It certainly is. I'm sure they're well acquainted with the old expression, fools rush in.
Is that why you always seem to be in such a hurry, JR?
I think I've eaten a little too much good Oklahoma barbecue in my day, King, to hurry anyway.
Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want. You're not going to get him with that one. Well, just because that's one fewer superstar in this match.
He reversed it.
That went nowhere. sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
What do you mean, JR? I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do it.
He took a ride over the top rope, down to the floor, and out of this match.
That's it. The match is over for that particular superstar.
I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear. Man, would you look at the size and the speed of the... Is that... Yes, that's an elimination.
Oh my gosh! He's been eliminated from the match! Ask you who you are to win this matchup, JR, but it's been pretty obvious since the start of the show who you're pulling for.
I'm trying to remain as objective as I can, King. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows you play favorites. You're always trying to kiss up to the fans by talking up whoever they're cheering for.
I've never been a kiss up in my life, King, which is more than I can say for some people. I follow like I say, and I'm flattered that the WWE fans agree with me as often as they do.
I don't know how much more of this I can stand to listen to, JR. You know what the difference between you and I-95 is? You can turn off I-95. That's it. He's out of the ring, and that means he's out of the match, too. Wow. He wasn't too gentle about throwing him out. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out here on a stretcher.
Wow! Listen to these fans, JR.
You can fool some of the people off.
Well, there's one less superstar in this match now. I gotta say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? These are some of the finest athletes in all of sports entertainment.
I know.
Oh, for the love of open your eyes, Fred. I can't believe he got away with that.
Well, you might not like it, JR, but he's gonna do whatever it takes to win this one. These superstars sure aren't going easy on each other here tonight.
What'd you expect, King? This isn't ballet, you know.
Oh, really, JR? Gosh, tell me more about your in-ring experience.
Well, I got a pinfall victory over Triple H to my credit. How about you? I'd love to see you or anyone.
Looks like his hopes of winning this one have been shattered, JR.
Is an absolute month. This match has come to an abrupt end for that superstar. Woo! Oh, come on, King. Angles and Olympic gold medals. That he's a multiple-time WWE champion, and he's done just about everything there is to do in this business. He'd be successful no matter where he competes.
Yeah, but do you think it's just...
He just got tossed out rather unceremoniously, in my opinion.
I can't believe he countered that one. Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job.
He saw that one coming.
This is a classic matchup, King. I'm so glad. Would you look at that? A blatantly illegal maneuver.
That's it. Over the top rope and down to the floor. That's an elimination. Watch out. He reversed it.
The world's largest love machine.
Jillian Hall.
He's been removed from the ring, and from contention in this match. What a reversal.
So, JR, are you enjoying the match so far?
Yes, I am. I think these superstars are putting on one hell of an exhibition here tonight.
What's your favorite part of it so far?
I don't think it's happened yet. My favorite part of the match will be when you quit yapping. He might as well start walking back to the locker room. He's out of this match.
Talk about adding insult to injury. Tossed out of the ring and the match. I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right, King. These superstars seem intent on taking each other to the limit.
I love that attitude, JR. Go big or go home.
Well, these superstars sure aren't going home until this match is settled once and for all. Did you see that? Ring the damn bell! You can't let somebody get away with that.
I don't think the ref saw it, JR. And if the ref doesn't see it, it's not illegal.
And there's the elimination.
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have...
He doesn't look too happy about it, but an elimination is an elimination. There he goes. He's out of the match.
This match has the potential to be an instant classic, but I think these fans are too stupid to realize it.
How can you say that, King? How can you insult the intelligence of these WWE fans?
Well, I heard that we gave them an IQ test, and the results came back negative.
Looks like I've got to apologize to the King here tonight. He must have gotten up on the wrong side of somebody else's bed. He's not going to get caught with that one.
Well, Angle's gotten lucky more times than I can count. I'll give him that. But sooner or later, his luck's going to run out, and it might be tonight.
I know that Kurt Angle has rubbed some fans and fellow superstars the wrong way in the past. But when it comes right down to it, you can't deny the fact that he's earned the right to take a little pride in his accomplishments.
A little pride? JR, I'd say you sounded like Kurt Angle's biggest fan, if I wasn't sure that Angle himself is already president of his own fan club. Yeah, that's a good thing, too. But we need a specially reinforced ring.
That might not be a bad idea, Keith, because once Big Fist gets going, there's no telling what kind of damage he'll do.
You know, JR, when I saw this match on paper, I wasn't too sure about it. But it's turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
I'm not at all surprised, King. I knew this was going to be a terrific matchup.
Oh, come on, JR. You're just talking through your hat. Speaking of hats, we got to get rid of that silly thing anyway.
Right about the time you start wearing that crown. I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
Are you sure they can afford it, JR?
Excellent count. What ring presence?
Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the diva.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know, King. And that's why I'm bringing the pitcher of ice water out here with me next time.
These fans can't stand it when he does this, JR. But I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly.
I think I know who's going to win this match, but I don't want to say. I'm afraid I'll jinx it.
Come on, King. Don't tell me you're superstitious.
Of course not, JR. I'm not superstitious because I know that's unlucky.
If one of these superstars starts to build momentum, it could be the beginning of the end of this match.
That's right, JR. You don't see a lot of matches won with one or two big moves.
You sure don't. You've got to lay the groundwork first.
I'm so disgusted with Batista, JR. He could have stayed with Triple H and Ric Flair in Evolution and continued to ride the coattails of two of the greatest legends in this business. Instead, he threw it all away.
What are you talking about, King? Batista never rode anyone's coattails. He's his own man. He earned his spot. And Flair and Triple H are two of the greats, no doubt about it. But Batista proved he's at their level when he beat Triple H for the World Heavyweight title.
JR's not going to be happy about this one, folks. I think one of his favorites is going to get beat like the proverbial... Yes, that was an incredible move. What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass. That's cheap, plain and simple. These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
But at the same time, King, no one makes it up the ladder without pushing themselves to the very limit. It's a very fine line to walk. Sounds like this. He countered that and made it look easy.
It's like he read his opponent's mind.
This match is going to continue until someone's completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars, that's not going to be easy.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And I wouldn't expect any less from them, King. Like them or not, you've got to respect the tenacity of each and every WWE superstar.